Hello YouTube, Prime here from Retro Prime Gaming, and today I want to do a quick recap for my recent visit to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. So as I was driving down to the Expo, I had all these thoughts in my mind of what rare games, what unicorns I was after. Also, I wanted to pick up some Wii remotes because I don't have any. So my thoughts were mainly just focused on, the hardware and the games. But when I got to the Expo, I quickly realized there's a lot more to it than just games. When you walked into the convention, it was really easy to see just how many vendors were there. It was awesome. There were so many different tables set up with different bins or glass cases for their fancy games. One of my favorite parts was just kind of digging through the different plastic tubs they had or cardboard boxes just to kind of see what games they had. And they had games for pretty much every system that was out there. So it's really cool just to see so many games in one place. They had games for all different types of gamers and collectors out there. Stuff that was brand new in the box. They had orphaned manuals to complete your collection. They had just standard games, then games with busted up labels for just us people out there that want to play the games. So it's cool to see something that appealed to everybody for the gaming community there. I did pick up a lot of games. I'm going to have a separate pickups video for that. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put the link down below as soon as it's ready. Of course, one thing that was really cool about the convention also is they had the Super Arcade, as they called it there. So there was just rows and rows of video game machines. I think most of them were sponsored by the Ground Control Arcade from downtown Portland. So it was really cool to see all these games up there, and kind of behind the section that had the games, they had the DJ, and so there's just music pumping the whole time, and it really gave you that arcade experience when you were sitting there playing the machines. I remember one time I was playing, I think it's Bust a Move, or sometimes they call it Puzzle Bobble, so I can't remember, but I was playing that machine, and I hear from behind me the start of the Mortal Kombat theme song. And it was just, I don't know, there was something about it just made me play so well on that machine. I just couldn't die. And it just took me back to when I was younger playing that machine for the first time, like when I was at the bowling alley. So it was a really great experience for that. So we've talked about the Supercade, we've talked about vendors, we've talked about the vintage lounge setups. One thing I want to touch base on too is the panels. Those are awesome. I was lucky enough to sit in on the Game Chasers panel. It was really cool too. They had a couple of special guests. So Alpha Omega Sin was there sitting in. Johnny Millennium, the Happy Console Gamer, was there. Billy and Jake from the Game Chasers. And a very hungover 8-Bit Eric was there also. So that was kind of a cool setup. They were answering a lot of questions on their favorite games, or maybe games that they didn't enjoy that other people did. It was just kind of really neat to see their personality off screen and what these guys are really interested in when it comes down to gaming. Another thing that was really cool about the Expo is they had a couple of vintage lounge setups, I would say. So there'd be a big old wooden box TV with like a floral print couch and maybe a sheet of shag carpet and a little desk lamp to the side. And it was really cool to see those set up, but more importantly, it was really cool to see people enjoying those. Just families sitting down, got the Nintendo or the Atari plugged in, just having a good time. It was almost like we were getting a glimpse into someone else's life back in the day. The Portland Retro Video Game Convention is the Supercade, the Vintage Lounge, the Tetris competitions, the vendor sales, the panels. It's all of those things, and it's more than that too. It's also a chance for you to meet other people that are totally interested in the same environment that you are. You know, people that just love gaming. For me, it was really cool because I got to meet some of the other YouTubers that I wouldn't get a chance to normally meet in person. First person I met was the NES Complex, NES Complex. So he was surprisingly very cool. I mean, for complete strangers to come up to you and start talking, I'm really glad that I got to speak with him first, because he really set the bar for getting to meet people there, and he was just super cool. He even introduced me to Retro Liberty. Those guys were very awesome, very just packed full of energy. You could tell they were just super stoked to be there. They even introduced me to their cameraman, which is cool, so I got to see everybody involved with that project. And all of them, all those guys were just stoked to be there. And who could blame them, right? I also got to meet Johnny Millennium, aka the Happy Console Gamer. Him and I, we talked a little bit about the Mighty Number 9 project, the Kickstarter that was recently funded. So that was a cool conversation. Also, I got to meet the Game Chaser guys, Billy and Jay. That was super cool. They came in from Texas, and it seems like they were having a lot of fun there. And it was just really neat. I also got to meet John, Game31, and I know he was only there for Saturday, so it was really cool to meet that guy. I got to see just how much of a giant that guy is in person. And he was so nice to me. He had this huge camera set up. I think it was like a stabilizer or something that he was walking around with, and he set everything down just to shake my hand, and it was just a really cool experience. So I'm glad that not only did I go there and I got to watch the panels, play some awesome video games, but I got to meet a lot of really cool people, and you can guarantee it, I'm going to be there next year. So thanks for checking out my recap of the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Take care, have a good one.